Attention passionate Philadelphia, EAGLES. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Philadelphia Eagles' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Philadelphia Eagles fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Philadelphia, EAGLESFANS. Let's get to the news now, guys. If you've been following the Eagles, you know that this team has been on an incredible trajectory since the start of the season. At 4-2, they're right there in the thick of things in the NFC, and the latest move just might be the kind of spark they needed to push even further. Recently, the Eagles made a blockbuster trade, and it involves a young, rising star tight end from Tennessee, Okonkwo. Now, this isn't just any trade. It's a strategic move that could have ripple effects not only in the NFC East but across the entire conference. The Eagles, always looking to strengthen their roster, especially at tight end, are bringing in Okonkwo, who has been developing into a top-tier tight end, alongside the veteran Dallas Goedert. Let's talk about the player involved here. Okonkwo, drafted in 2022 out of Maryland, has been an emerging star in the league. His 2023 season was impressive, over 850 receiving yards, placing him among the top 15 tight ends in the NFL. He's also caught 65 passes, scored 6 touchdowns, and has averaged 13.1 yards per reception, which is elite for his position. That's the kind of production that can really make a difference in critical moments. When you look at his advanced stats, he shines even more. His expected points added per target, EPA per target, sits at plus 0.17, which ranks among the best in the league. His PFF grade, 84.2, puts him in the top 10 among tight ends, and his yards after the catch, 6.2 yards per reception, put him among the top 8 in the NFL. Moreover, contested catches. He's catching 50% of them, placing him in the top 12, showing his ability to make plays even when coverage is tight. In the red zone, Okonkwo has been clutch, with a touchdown rate of 20%, ranking him in the top 10. That's a key statistic because in the NFL, red zone efficiency often determines playoff success. In 2024, projections for him are around 900 yards and 7 touchdowns, which would significantly boost the Eagles' red zone efficiency, raising it from an already solid 60% to a remarkable 75%. That kind of upgrade can turn close games into wins, especially when paired with Jalen Hurts, who has thrown for 500 yards with 10 touchdowns and only 3 interceptions this season. Now, let's put this in perspective. Okonkwo's career numbers include over 500 yards and 18 touchdowns, with a route win rate of 58%. He's shown resilience too, missing just 1 game in 2025 due to a shoulder injury, which is pretty good considering the physical toll at tight end. Comparatively, he's been likened to a young Mark Andrews in terms of YAC efficiency, which is a huge compliment, given Andrews' stature in the league. His ability to create yards after the catch, 5.8 yards per attempt over his career, boosts the Eagles' offense, especially in the context of their dynamic scheme. Now, the Titans, who had been struggling, sitting at just 1-4 and clearly in rebuild mode, decided to send Okonkwo to Philadelphia in exchange for a third-round pick in 2026, along with Grant Calcaterra, a promising tight end in his own right. The Titans, with limited cap space and a less competitive outlook this season, are making a strategic decision to move on from their young tight end to focus on building around their offensive line, which has allowed 31 sacks so far this year. That's a significant number, and it's clear they're prioritizing protection and youth over immediate success. For Tennessee, this move makes sense from a rebuild perspective. They're investing in the future, freeing up cap space, and looking to develop their young players. But for the Eagles, this is a game changer. They're bolstering their tight end room with someone who can be a real mismatch, a red zone threat, a reliable target for Hurts, and an upgrade in their overall offensive efficiency. It's no secret that the Eagles have been one of the league's most explosive offenses, but adding Okonkwo takes that to a new level. Now, let's talk about the impact on the team. The Eagles are already formidable with Dallas Goedert, but with Okonkwo now in the fold, defenses will have a much harder time containing the passing game. Okonkwo's ability to stretch the field, combined with his proven red zone performance, means the Eagles can diversify their attack, opening up more options for Hurts. Imagine the mismatch potential, Okonkwo lining up in the slot or split out wide, facing linebackers or safeties that simply can't match his speed and agility. That's a nightmare for defenses. This move also makes sense considering the current state of the NFC East. The Cowboys, for example, have a solid defense, but their secondary and pass rush are sometimes vulnerable, and the Eagles now have the added weapon to exploit those weaknesses. The Giants, on the other hand, are still figuring things out on offense, and Washington is trying to find consistency. The NFC East is poised for an exciting finish, and moves like this could very well tip the balance in favor of Philadelphia. Thinking about the big picture, the Eagles' offense is already ranked highly, PFF grades around 85.3, which is stellar, but with Okonkwo's addition, that number could rise to 90 or above. Their red zone efficiency, which is already impressive, could jump from 60% to 75%, making them one of the most lethal teams in those crucial moments. Plus, with the addition of other weapons like Brown, who's already posted 450 yards early in the season, the Eagles are creating multiple explosive options every game. They've become a nightmare for defenses trying to keep up with their tempo and versatility. And let's not forget the playoff implications. The Super Bowl odds have already shortened from plus 1,500 to plus 900, with the NFC now favored at plus 150. That's a significant shift, and it underscores how much faith sportsbooks are putting in the Eagles' chances this year. Okonkwo, as a clear X factor, could be the difference maker in critical playoff moments, especially in dome environments where his route running and red zone skills shine. His ability to run precise routes and make contested catches will be invaluable, especially against zone defenses like those employed by teams such as the Cowboys. The boost in red zone efficiency versus zone coverage could be around 20%, making the Eagles even more dangerous in those tight situations. Looking ahead, this trade positions the Eagles as genuine contenders. It elevates their status from a good team to an elite one, capable of competing at the highest level. Meanwhile, for the Titans, it's a clear sign of their tanking strategy. They're focusing on the future, shedding assets to rebuild and develop a new core. But for Philadelphia, this is a calculated, smart move that could help them cement their place among the NFC's top teams. Coaching staff, especially Nick Sirianni, now has even more firepower to craft innovative game plans, and Jalen Hurts can look forward to having a dynamic tight end who excels in key moments. In conclusion, this trade is more than just a swap of players. It's a statement. The Eagles are serious about winning now and are making moves that reflect their ambition. Okonkwo's addition could be the catalyst that pushes them over the edge, into that upper echelon of NFL teams vying for Super Bowl glory. The NFC is wide open, and with this kind of talent infusion, the Eagles are positioning themselves for a deep postseason run. Fans, get ready for some exciting football ahead. This move could very well be the turning point that defines the Eagles' season and helps them chase another Lombardi trophy. And now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this trade? Do you think Okonkwo will be the difference maker in the playoffs? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion really matters to us and to the team. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Philadelphia Eagles news. Thanks for watching, and let's keep supporting our team every step of the way.